What's up, it's Mr. G, and in this video I'm going to try to attempt to create the knight chess piece. Alright. Okay. Let's look at some pictures here. Wonder if I could go with something crazy like, let's go with something crazy like this. So I'm going to save the image onto my desktop. Alright, going into AutoCAD, opening a new drawing, image attach, desktop, knight, okay, click, click. Go ahead and fade this up a bit. Alright, so this is going to be two pieces. The base is going to be revolved, and then this thing going up top. So I'm just going to try and find the middle-ish here. Ortho on, go here, over, there. Let's do our arc tool, 3-point. 1, 2, 3 there. 1, 2, 3 there. It's kind of ugly. Okay. Let's go over like that, fillet that. Join it together. Copy paste it over here. Gonna do 3D rotate, select it, use the red axis, and rotate that straight up. Revolve. Straight down like that, 360 degrees. Let's see what that looks like. Oh, I didn't join it or something. Let's go back. I thought I joined it before I copied it. I did, but something's messed up there. Alright, let's turn that off. Alright, let's go for a rejoin. Alright, revolve. 60, what's that look like? Decent. Okay, decent for my base. Let's go back to the top view, and we're going to give this a trace. I want to come in a little bit. Actually, I'm going to leave that there. I want to come in a little bit with this, so it's not sitting exactly on that edge. I'm going to leave it right there, and then trace around, ortho off. This is going to be kind of a pain because I want ortho on for, no, maybe it's not. I guess it technically starts like curving around, so I don't need ortho on. Do need to zoom in a bit though. Okay. So I'm just tracing this outline. Go for an arc here. Another arc for the ear. Okay, so I've made it kind of back towards the end here. I'm going to extend this line over and then make that one go to there. Okay, so I think the point here is that I traced the whole head, but I made the base, like the bottom, a little bit smaller than the original base I did. The original base obviously went out to like here or so. But I don't want to do that for this because I'm just thinking about something in the future. What about an eyeball? That might be cool. Ugh. Does that look cool or no? We'll go with it for now. Okay. Let's take this and copy paste it out here. And then I'm going to take this and slide it way out like that. Let's turn the grid off. Well, okay. Let's 3D rotate this. 3DR. Click my red axis. Ortho on, straight up. I should be able to join all this. Obviously this circle doesn't touch anything, so it's not going to join. And I'm going to press pull this very large back like that. Okay. All right. After that, I think I want to make, so we're going to use this, let me see. I'm going to use this tool called Intersect, which basically takes overlapping objects, and wherever they overlap, it just cuts everything else out. So what I want to do, I think, is go to like a front view here like this, and let me slide this so I can see them next to each other. I want to kind of create like a vase shape that's the same height as this. Here's what I mean by that. I'm going to make a line. I kind of want this width here, whatever this width is, roughly. So I'm going to make a line that's about like that. And then the problem is when you're on front here, you can't like move it down. Like ideally I want to move this down to where, or actually, can I move this up? I can't move it up. So you have to kind of go to a 3D view to move it up. Let's see. Let's see, what am I thinking here? What if I draw a line on the bottom of this and then just move it onto my top circle like that? That way it's sitting on there like that. All right. So I moved that into place, but that's not exactly what I want. Okay, so that's what I want so far. Then I've got this line that kind of lines up with kind of where this is. Maybe I can just kind of eyeball it out here. Roughly about the same size and width and stuff. And then another line up here that's a little bit smaller. Actually, man, this is annoying. Make a line going up like that. Problem is I'm trying to get it at this height right here. And then go this way a little bit and then mirror it this way. Okay, I think I can solve this. I think instead of this saying front up here, so this cube and this little view thing work differently from each other. That's kind of your controls. I can click front view and then change this to top. That's not working how I wanted to. Never mind. Okay. I'm gonna have to think about this differently. I'm gonna have to draw it on the top view and just wing it. So I'm gonna make a line like that, go up a bit, make a line that's a little bit smaller. Basically what I wanna do is make a shape that looks something like this. This is what I meant in the beginning when I said vase shape. I don't know that it's the right size. I'm going to join it, and then I'm going to kind of 3D rotate it up. Okay. Ideally, it's about the same size as this thing, as the top part. So that's a little large, so I'm going to select it. Okay, I've got them all. I got the base, and then I've got this knight piece that's extruded like that. And then I've got this piece here as well. And I'm actually going to rotate it. I want to go in the opposite direction like that. And then I'm going to place it in the center of that circle. In order to see that center of the circle, might go to wireframe and hope that I clicked it in the right spot there. But it's too large. I mean, it's too tall. So I need to kind of scale it down a bit so that it's something like that. So it's about the same height. I don't think it matters if it's perfect. So mine's a little bit taller. That little base shape is a little bit taller than the rest of my stuff. And I'm gonna press pull that this way and this way. So I've got, is that 2 pieces? I don't know that it matters if it's 2. I'm gonna union it together anyway. So that line that you're seeing right there is the original sketch. I'm gonna click and delete that. So what I have is 3 bodies. I have the base, which is fine, simple. I've got this thing. It's also sitting in the middle. I've got the horse sketch here also that I'm gonna get rid of. But I still have the eyeball that I haven't press pulled through. Let's press pull that, click the middle of the circle, press pull that through. That way it's hopefully hollow. Not sure. Yeah, okay. So I've got these bodies that intersect one another, and then I'm going to use intersect and click these 2 things and hit enter. And what it does is takes that vase shape, like where those things are intersecting one another. So I've got this vase shape that looks like that, and the horse. Where these 2 intersect one another, this section right here, it keeps that and it removes everything else. So that way it's not just like a flat horse. It's got kind of a little bit of a curve to it right there. So I know that took a little while for me to figure out how to get it going, but basically what you do is you start with a base. Then you try and sketch out your horse, whatever it looks like. I made it a little bit less wide on the bottom than the base, just so it would stick out, or it wouldn't stick out. And it still kind of does on the sides, but I think that's fine. And then you make the vase shape. So let me copy this and go all the way back to here. So I've got that. So then you make this vase shape. I had to make it laying flat on the top view and then rotated it up, and then I scaled it to be about the right size. So that's probably going to be the trickiest part, is getting that base. Like what you have to do is just kind of visualize, all right, I need a line like this. I'm going to come up a bit. I need another line that's smaller on the top. Move this here to here. Make an arc. Turn ortho off. And how curvy you make it, I would mirror this to the other side. And how curvy you make it is how, you know, curvy it's going to be at the end. So join that together. 3D rotate it up. Ortho on. It's also got to go the opposite direction of the horse. So if the horse is going this way, we need to 3D rotate it along a different axis so it's going that direction. And then before you press pull it, I would check the size and just make sure it's pretty good. And really you could have this horse off of that and then move the vase shape first into there, and then again to move the horse, maybe draw a line on the bottom base that you have somewhere to snap from, and then grab it from that midpoint, and then you have the midpoint of your vase at the top of your circle to work with. And like that one was pretty lucky. I made the vase a pretty good size just by winging it, but like if it's way too big, like let's say you make it by accident and it's way too big like this, that's kind of an exaggeration, but you can move it into the correct spot and then just use scale SC and just make sure you scale it from that center base point right there, and then move your mouse, and as you move your mouse it gets bigger or smaller. So I'm going to go down to where it's, you know, pretty close, and click. It could be a little taller. I don't think you want it to be smaller, but I think taller works. Then you can press pull it both directions, like that. I had to union mine earlier, but it doesn't seem like I have to this time. And then intersect 1, 2. You don't have to do the base because the base doesn't intersect with anything. It's just these two pieces. Hit enter, and then when you look at it, it should have that little concave shape, which is the shape of the base. And that's it.